basically a new form of healing that works with a very comprehensive spectrum of energy, light, and information, and allows you to experience healing on all levels, meaning physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and so forth. Reconnective healing is vastly different than anything else that we've seen, based on the mechanism which it is coming through, meaning with which it is being activated. Instead of energy or frequencies flowing through me, through the practitioner, basically what we do is we activate or we feel and sense the frequencies, and therefore a direct interaction between the source of these frequencies, call it God, love, universe, and the patient lying on the massage table is enabled. Reconnective healing is perfect for adults, children, and animals alike that suffer from physical, emotional, mental, spiritual problems, but it is never about fighting or treating any symptoms. In other words, if you come to me or if you call me up for a distance healing session because you've been suffering from a chronic back pain for over 30 years and everything you've tried did just not alleviate the problem, I will not treat or just work over your back. Basically, what the frequencies will do is that they will harmonize all aspects of you, again, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and so on. Healing is so much more than just physical symptoms disappearing. This can be a form of healing, but healing can also mean that you just suddenly feel so much more happy, or that you suddenly feel at peace, or that you suddenly find a loving mate that you've been dreaming about and hoping for so many years, or that you suddenly have a new job offer, or that you're relocating to a new area in your country, or possibly a different country, that maybe you're just feeling more grateful, more radiant, and so forth, that new doors open up, new possibilities come into your life and help you to step up, to move into the direction that you really meant to step in and step forth. And that's why maybe also you came here to live in the first place. So healing has so many different faces, and I really dearly care about informing people that healing is not just about physical symptoms disappearing. So reconnective healing is not just about physical symptoms disappearing. Yes, it did happen many times, serious illnesses included, but there's so much more. It just encounters the entire spectrum: mental, physical, spiritual, emotional. So if you feel that reconnective healing could help you in that sense, and yes, healing always happens. Healing happens in fact very quickly, just like that. What sometimes may take just a little bit of time is for you to accept the healing and to recognize the healing. Reconnective healing is done in 1 to 3 sessions based on how many sessions you would like to book. That's very simple. Basically, let's say you come to one session and afterwards you feel that you have not yet received what you were looking for, or you just feel that you would like to book a second session. Well, then it might be the right choice, the right decision for you to book a second or third session. Now, how much time passes between the first, second, and third session doesn't really matter. Again, it's up to you. I do recommend that the sessions are held within a relatively short period of time, maybe 1 or 2 weeks apart, or possibly also just with 1 or 2 days apart. But essentially it is your feeling that tells you when you're ready to come for a second or third session. It's important to note that some people receive a healing in the first session and they're happy with it and recognize it. Others may not feel very much after first session and feel that they want a second session, and suddenly then they realize, wow, now I really have gotten what I was looking for. And yet others may have that experience after 3 sessions. And then there's some that feel that it didn't work for them. It didn't bring them the healing that they were looking for. Well, the healing happened anyway. Maybe it was just different than what they had expected. Let's say a patient or a client comes in because he's been suffering from deteriorating knee pain that has been just holding him back and making life really difficult. And let's say he books 3 sessions and maybe after 3rd session he's not healed, meaning the pain is not gone. Well, what if this patient also had a back pain, which the doctor said, well, you will never heal from that because this is impossible, and suddenly his back gets better. Well, this happened before. Is that a healing or not? Well, I bet you it is. So healing has different phases, and healing can happen and always happens in the way that is most appropriate for you in this very moment. The main difference between reconnective healing and therapists is that we do not work with you or any other customer or client on an ongoing basis. With that, you do not have to come back 10, 12 or 20 times just because your back pains are way more severe than your neighbors, whom we feel 1 session or 2 or 3 sessions would be enough. We are not the deciding factor. You are not the deciding factor. In fact, we leave it up to the source of these frequencies, God, Love, Universe, to determine the outcome that is most appropriate for you in this given moment. So let's say you book your 1st session and then decide to come back after 5 days for your 2nd session, and then come back for your 3rd session after, again, 5 days have passed. At this point, we just leave it up to the natural unfoldment, meaning that whatever you have received, whatever healing that has taken place, recognized or not yet recognized, you are given the chance, your body is given the chance to utilize and to accept that. If, let's say, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, or 2 or 3 years later, you have another problem and you feel that reconnective healing was really a great way of helping you get out of your blockages and so forth, disease the last time, and you would like to book another session, 2 or 3, you're more than welcome to do so. Therapy means that you have to work on a problem on an ongoing basis, that you have to treat it, that you have to fight it, that you have to eliminate it, and if you miss 1 or 2 days, you may just as well start all over again. Reconnective healing is about healing. Healing means that whatever you receive in 1 session is yours for the keeping, meaning that every session in and of itself brings a very particular, a very special gift of healing to you, which you keep no matter what.